this whole thing about Teresa. Look at what do I think
so
that
she's
they
not
could
getting
be?
demoted. Yeah.
No, I mean, first of all, that's ridiculous. But do I think so? Teresa's not getting demoted. Like, do I think that with all these people coming back, and I still will agree, I think they all came back because they didn't know what to do. And now, did two of Danielle's new people, do I think this could be like, let's film the season and see what happens and figure it out after the fact? Like, yeah, I'm not convinced. This is just me that everybody that is currently filming New Jersey is getting the same role that they already had. Like, I'm not sure, okay, Jen Fessler was a friend. She's back. Goldschneider was a friend. Dolores was full-time. I mean, probably, possibly, but I'm not sure. As this season, it's a lot of them. Look at it's almost as many as I have to count. How many people is this? It's like Beverly Hills last season with Diane.
Oh, we had so many. We had so many.
10. We had 10 people because every time I went to tag it, I had a tag and Diana and this. I think we have like 10 people basically, or close there too. This one new girl, that's one of Danielle Cabral's friends is, I mean, the two new girls are young. So I don't know. I'm not convinced that everybody that's filming for New Jersey is going to get the same role and not be upgraded or demoted. But probably, but I'm just not convinced. I think we're going to film the season. And right now we have a season where Teresa has not spoken to Margaret, Josephs, or Melissa. Like, that's happening. That's real. It's happened before.
To me, it doesn't, like, it's not shocking that we're at so many people there. I know you not deny, but I know you say that they're not filming 2 shows for RHONJ, but I feel like, of course, they don't want to say that because they don't want to turn off viewers, but I think they are shooting 2 shows for RHONJ. So they are probably filming people that hang out with Teresa and then the Gorgas and everything that's going on with the Gorgas house.
The only person really hanging out with Teresa is, well, that's not true. I mean, Jennifer, and then Dolores is back and forth, and Cabral is back and forth. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be one show. I don't think we're going to have 2 shows. But listen, we have seasons like this in the past.
Seamlessly, but I think we have 2 shows, don't you think? I mean, because as of now, I have read no context nowhere that Melissa and Teresa and Joe have all and Louis have all been in the same room. Now, we are going to see, because supposedly Louis almost comes to blows, right? With Polly and maybe with our friend Frank Catania. Is that true or no?
Polly and Fuda over Louis. Yeah. I just think like Joe Gorga, I think, just had his birthday party. It was like a few weeks ago. Like, Teresa wasn't there. Well, I mean, this to me is at least better. It's like authentic. It's not like this all cash shoot where Teresa has to go. I mean, why would she be there? So I kind of like this. I really feel that there's no game plan. I feel like they're figuring it out. Now on Patreon, and only on Patreon, I'm going to be addressing, because I know all the details of this fake narrative that Teresa and Kim D have refollowed each other. I mean, reconciliation, friends. I know exactly what's going on, and I will not talk about that anywhere but on Patreon. That's the world we're now in. I know exactly the plan of what Kim thinks is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. It may happen. Guess what? I'm just giving you my opinion, because guess what? I said Lisa Rinna was going to be fired. I said Ariana was going to get Dancing with the Stars. I said that we're going to start feeling for Raquel and turning on. But guess what? I also sat here for a whole season and said Margaret and Melissa were going to be fired. So sometimes the crystal ball, Sarah, it like fell on the ground and rolled in the back of the refrigerator. And when I get it out for the show, I think it's the real crystal ball that has led me so well. But you know what? I talk to Allison Dubois many times a week, but sometimes before I come on air, I don't have time to check with her. I really don't. And the crystal ball is also, because it was in the back of the refrigerator, it's all dusty. So sometimes, apparently, proven, as I was so certain Melissa was going to be fired, I'm wrong. I still think we're not sure of how this is all going to play out in New Jersey. And I think they're just saying, let's just see where the story, like, let's see. I think they're waiting for something to happen or something. I don't even mean with Teresa and Melissa. I mean like something. Sure. And we'll talk about what's going on with Kim and Teresa on the Patreon, because I know the real deal of what is happening. So we'll see about it. I mean, do I think that's an interesting show? No. And a lot of people are still saying that they're totally done with the franchise. We'll see. Can I just tell you something else?
Tell me.
I mean, this is a real mixed bag. A lot of people are slipping into the DMs and saying, they're referring to Mary's interactions with Jenny Ann from Salt Lake City and saying, Mary is racist. This is what let's not forget this all. I'm not saying it. And they're like, I will not watch her scenes. I will fast forward. So there's very mixed reviews to me. Let me tell you something.
Bored. Go, please. Nobody's going to board. Go on.
I am just, guys, everyone tells me how negative I am and this and that. Man, I am so, my heart is warm. My heart is warm. I get fuzzies. I get goosebumps. I just love Mary fucking Cosby. I can't stop watching this. I cannot stop watching. I think one of the best trailer moments in Housewives history, the past 17 years, is that moment where Heather says, do I look inbred? And Mary's like, yeah, you kind of do. And honestly, you're looking at Heather. I'm like, I don't know if talk about editing I'm like, you kind of do, girl, at this moment. No offense to anyone, but that is not the point. The point is that I just love the authenticity. That's what I love. There's no script. There's no finstas. Mary doesn't know how to do any of this. She just is like actually speaking and she's like just so good. I'm so happy Mary's back. She warms my little heart. She really does. I'm somewhat excited in the franchise.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it's going to be enough to, save that ship, but let's try it. I mean, Mary is good. Mary is one of those people that is not self-aware. I mean, she's married to the former step-grandfather. They're not related by blood, but he was married to her grandmother for a long time. It's an odd thing, right? I love when she gets up there and preaches to her little church and she puts down her Louis Vuitton and then, harasses them for not sending her thank you notes and more money. I mean, it's, she's,
I love it.
I think this is a turning point. I don't know. I do think that Bravo is losing its power because I think to have somebody contractually break their contract, not show up to the reunion, that is usually a signal of you are never coming back because you're not going to do, if we set this precedent that, the inmates start running the asylum, we're screwed. And now, they are in such a desperate way. They've basically, I mean, I don't know, is she going to be fine? Or the minute they edit something that appears racist or whatever, and she gets backlash, is she not coming to the reunion again? And then it's like, why would any of the other women?
I feel, do you know what I feel? I mean, I've said this all along. God, I was doing so well. I was being so upbeat and positive, but I think that basically, which I've said all along, I think it's a business. Just like this is a business, you're running a business. I just really feel that there's no policy, there's no care, that when, Stassi and Kristen, and we have a major movement and that was COVID and we have to show something, we fire Stassi, we fire Kristen, we fire